Hello everyone, back again with movie and tune recap. Today, I'm going to explain a South Korean horror film from 2016, titled Train to Busan. Spoilers ahead, so watch out and take care. The movie starts with a truck stopping at a toll booth where workers in hazmat suits are cleaning. The driver complains they are delaying him, but they explain they are disinfecting the area because of a small leak at a nuclear plant. The driver continues driving, and when his phone rings, he gets distracted, and he hits a deer. He checks the deer, then drives away, and after he leaves, the deer suddenly stands up again. It is infected. In Seoul, Suk-woo is a busy fund manager who barely has time for his daughter, Suin. He also ignores his divorce. After a stressful day, he realizes he bought Suin the same birthday gift as last year, and Suin tells him she wants to visit her mother in Busan. At first, he refuses because of work, but his mother shows him a video of Suin singing Aloha Oe at school, which he missed. Feeling guilty, he decides to take her to Busan the next morning, and early the next day, he drives Suin to the station. On the way, he almost crashes into ambulances and police cars rushing past. Suin even catches a burning ember from outside, and they see a building on fire. Suk-woo says something bad must be happening, but they still continue to the station and board the train. Other passengers include Sang-hwa and his pregnant wife Song Ka-young, a high school baseball team, the rude CEO Yeon-suk, two elderly sisters, In-gil and Jong-gil, and a homeless man. Just before the train leaves, a young woman with a bite wound on her leg gets on. Outside, the station manager signals the train to go, then sees people on the stairs screaming. Suin sees the manager get attacked, and scared, she walks away to find a bathroom. Elsewhere on the train, an attendant discovers the injured woman and tries to help her. The woman suddenly turns into a zombie and bites the attendant. The bitten attendant runs into the baseball team's car, turns into a zombie too, and both start attacking the students. Most of the baseball players are bitten. Only 4 escape: Yongguk, Jin-hee, his crush, and 2 boys. The zombies rush toward the upper train cars, and Suin still doesn't know anything is happening and walks toward the lower cars looking for a bathroom. Suk-woo wakes up, notices she is gone, and gets a call saying riots are happening everywhere. Suddenly, people run past him screaming. He runs the opposite way to find Suin and sees her standing right in front of fast-moving zombies. He grabs her and runs back. They reach their car and almost shut the door on Sang-hwa and Song Ka-young. The survivors manage to close the door and notice the zombies cannot open doors and only attack when they can see people. Song Ka-young pours water on the windows and sticks newspapers to block the view. The conductor announces the train will stop at Daegu instead of Busan because the military is waiting there. Yeon-suk makes calls and learns that people arriving in Daegu will be quarantined, and Suk-woo secretly calls a coworker to pick him and Suin up so they won't be taken. When the train arrives, Daegu looks empty, and Suk-woo takes Suin to the east exit where they will be picked up. The homeless man follows because he heard Suk-woo's plan. They see what looks like a soldier, but when Suk-woo gets closer, he sees the soldier is badly injured, and suddenly, infected soldiers run out and kill him. The others head to the main exit, and at the bottom of the escalator, they see men in uniform, but they are zombies. People panic and run back up, and many get attacked. Inside the station, Suk-woo fights zombies and tells Suin to run. She meets Song Ka-young and Sang-hwa. Song Ka-young takes Suin back to the train while Sang-hwa fights with Suk-woo, Yongguk, and 2 baseball players. They manage to close a door and run to the platform, but Yongguk's 2 friends are attacked. Jin-hee, Yeon-suk, and some others reach the train. Song Ka-young and Suin almost get on too, but a glass bridge above them breaks and zombies fall down. One zombie lands between In-gil and Jong-gil, separating them. Jong-gil is pushed into the car with Jin-hee while In-gil runs with Suin, Song Ka-young, and the homeless man. They hide in a bathroom in a zombie-filled car. Sang-hwa, Suk-woo, and Yongguk reach a safe car. Sang-hwa calls his wife and learns she is trapped. He refuses to leave her, so the three men move through zombie-filled cars to reach her. They discover zombies cannot see in the dark and only react to sound, and using this, they rescue Song Kayang, Suan, In-gil, and the homeless man. They all run toward the front car where Yeon-suk, Jin-hee, Jong-gil, and the manager are waiting. Yong-guk texts Jin-hee that they are coming. Jin-hee tells the people inside, but they panic and lock the door. Yong-guk tries to break the door while Suk-woo and Sang-hwa hold back zombies. Sang-hwa gets bitten, and he tells Suk-woo to take care of his wife, then dies. The door finally breaks and the survivors get inside, but In-gil is too slow and gets attacked. Suk-woo punches Yeon-suk angrily. Yeon-suk lies and says Suk-woo's group is infected. The passengers believe him and force Suk-woo, Suan, Song Kayang, Yong-guk, Jin-hee, and the homeless man into the small hallway, and they tie the door so they cannot return. Jong-gil sees her sister In-gil as a zombie and, feeling hopeless, opens the door. Zombies rush in and attack everyone inside. The survivors in the hallway see the shadows of people being eaten. The conductor hears that Busan is safe, and as the train nears a station before Busan, debris blocks the track. He leaves the control room, finds a safe path, discovers a cargo train, starts it, and drives it toward Busan while looking for survivors. Suk-woo's group gets off the train, and they don't know Yeon-suk survived by hiding in a bathroom. Yeon-suk hears the conductor's message and escapes, but zombies chase him when he gets off. Suk-woo's group walks toward the cargo train, and suddenly, a burning freight car rolls toward them. Jin-hee and Yong-guk get separated when the moving car crashes into another train and blocks the path. They enter a nearby train car to reach the other side, not knowing that Yeon-suk is following them while a zombie is still chasing him. Yeon-suk comes into the car and pushes Jin-hee toward the zombie, sacrificing her so he can escape. Yong-guk fights the zombie away and falls to the floor, holding Jin-hee as she shakes. Yeon-suk ignores them, opens the next door, and runs toward the cargo train. Jin-hee starts choking and slowly turns into a zombie, and just then, Jin-hee fully turns and attacks him. Yeon-suk keeps running, but he twists his ankle on the track, and a zombie catches him and bites him. The conductor comes out to help him, but Yeon-suk betrays him and pushes him toward the zombies. Yeon-suk ignores the conductor's screams and climbs onto the cargo train. Meanwhile, the homeless man, Suan, Suk-woo, and Song Kayang are trapped on the other side of the crashed train. They are stuck under a train full of zombies, and the windows above them look like they will break at any moment. Suk-woo finds a small hole under the train and crawls through it, but part of the train collapses behind him and closes the hole before the others can follow. The crash also breaks a window, and zombies fall out and crawl toward the remaining three, and at the last second, the homeless man sacrifices himself and lets the zombies attack him. This gives Suk-woo enough time to move the debris so Song Kayang and Suan can escape. They run to the cargo train with many zombies chasing them and manage to climb onto the outside platform. Suk-woo goes to the cockpit but stops when he sees Yeon-suk sitting in the conductor's seat. Yeon-suk's eyes are cloudy, he is infected. Suk-woo shuts the door, but Yeon-suk opens it because the infection hasn't reached his brain yet. Yeon-suk walks toward him and begs Suk-woo to take him home to Busan, and Suk-woo tells him he is infected. Yeon-suk cries in shock, and then he fully turns into a zombie. Suk-woo fights him and almost falls off the train. Yeon-suk tries to attack Suan and Song Kayang, but Suk-woo stops him, and in the process, Yeon-suk bites Suk-woo's hand badly. Suk-woo throws zombie Yeon-suk off the train, but then he sees the bite on his hand. He knows he will turn soon, and he puts Suan and Song Kayang in the cockpit and explains how to use the brakes when they reach Busan. He tries to leave, but Suan cries and begs him not to go, and she tells him she didn't finish singing Aloha OE at her recital because he wasn't there. She wanted to save the song for him. They cry and say goodbye. Suk-woo holds her hands, then lets go and locks himself outside the cockpit. Suan screams and cries, begging him to come back. As the infection spreads, Suk-woo remembers when Suan was a baby, and he thinks about holding her in his arms. His eyes turn white, he smiles at the sky, and he falls off the back of the train onto the tracks. The train reaches the tunnel leading to Busan, but debris blocks the track. Suan and Song Kyung get out and walk through the tunnel, not knowing soldiers are watching them from the other side. A sniper reports that 2 people are approaching and is told to shoot because they cannot tell if they are infected. Just before he fires, Suan begins singing Aloha, Oe sadly to support the tired Song Kyung. When the soldiers hear her singing, they realize the 2 are not infected and quickly run in to help them. Okay guys, that's all the recap about Train to Busan from 2016. Thanks for watching, see you again in the next video.